episode of Coding with Kate. I decided, since yesterday I did my previous video on the pros and cons of CPT, I'll have a link in the description, and how much I dislike CPT, I figured instead of putting it off, I should really go at it full force and attempt to figure it out. And some of the weaknesses was just the overall organization of CPT. I don't understand the entire system and how it connects to HCPCS and ugh. So I was doing a little bit of reading this morning on just the introduction of CPT and HCPCS, and I think I got it. So I'm going to be using a format that I learned in one of my anatomy and physiology courses, where you make fun games of information to test yourself on how well you know it. So I have all of the bits and pieces of this chart that I'm going to be making of the breakdown of CPT HCPCS. And we'll see if I can put it in the correct order. I have my cheat sheet, which I'm going to try not to look at, but you never know. So we'll see how it goes. So I suggest whenever you're learning new information that's kind of complicated, do this. Make yourself an answer key and then use sticky notes or index cards or sheets of paper with the information and put it all in a messy pile, and then try putting it in the correct order without looking. And I've already given myself a little bit of a head start with HCPCS, which now I know is Healthcare Common Procedure Coding System, HCPCS. Yay, I figured that out. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I know for sure HCPCS is separated into two sections. It is separated into CPT, and HCPCS. See, I already got this wrong. Already got it wrong. But I caught my mistake. So HCPCS is divided into two levels of HCPCS. Level 1, level 2. HCPCS level 1 and HCPCS level 2. HCPCS level 2. Now, HCPCS level 1 is essentially CPT. Common Procedural Terminology. CPT. HCPCS level 2, we'll get to that because I know that there's no really subdivisions on that one. So let's stick with CPT. CPT is broken down into three categories: CPT Category 1, CPT Category 2, and CPT Category 3. So we have CPT Category 1, Category 2, Category 3. Category 1, I know there's radiology in there, anesthesia, the E&M codes, but I think I have the full list. Yes! E&M codes, anesthesia, surgery, radiology, pathology, and lab and medicine. That's under the CPT-1 codes. So in the previous video, I was right about it kind of talking about the medical and surgical section, but I guess you could essentially consider the entire PCS book equivalent to this category-ish, I guess. In CPT Category 2, it's between supplementary codes, which are performance and assessment and quality improvement, or temporary codes, emerging medicine, technology, services, and procedures. I think Category 2 is supplementary codes, I think. Let's check the answer key. Okay, Category 2, supplementary codes, go me! Yes! 3 temporary codes. Yes. Now we have to figure out what these codes look like, because I know that Category 2 and Category 3 have a letter stuck in there, whereas Category 1 is just all numbers. So all numbers, like 45029, that's what you'd find in Category 1 codes. Category 2 and 3 codes, the last digit, so the 5th digit, because all of CPT and the other HCPC codes are 5 digits long. But in Category 2 and Category 3, the 5th digit is a letter, and it's a specific letter. So it's either the one that ends in an F or the one that ends in a T. Well, I'm going to say T, temporary. That's what I'm going to say. So we'll say that one. And then the one ending in an F will be Category 2. So I say Category 2 codes, the supplementary codes, they end in an F. And Category 3 codes, the temporary codes, end in a T. Let's check the answer key. I was right. Woo! Category 2 ends in an F. Category 3 ends in a T. And then there's also, I think that's it. Oh. So I had to check the answer key because I felt like there was more information. I just couldn't remember what it was. So Category 2 codes are not required, only if the payer requires it. I'm going to have to figure out what they mean by payers. Do they mean the insurance company or the healthcare facility? I'm not entirely sure. But that is for CPT Category 2. So the supplementary information on performance and assessment and quality improvement, they're not required. And I think I remember why. Because since it's performance assessment, quality improvement, that is just for statistical data within the healthcare facility, so they can look at those numbers and see the data to show them if there's more services that are being used or things like that. So it's just for internal use of the facility. Anyway, then in an F, Category 2s. So we have our HCPCS Level 1s or CPT codes. Now we have our HCPCS Level 2s, which don't really have, they don't branch off like this. So HCPCS Level 2s are often called national codes. I don't know why, but they're called national codes. So when you're in the field and they say, oh, we need a national code, know that they're talking about HCPCS Level 2s. These are services not covered by CPT. HCPCS Level 2s are medical supplies, services performed by non-physicians, so I guess that would be anyone that isn't an MD. It's like a physical therapist, occupational therapist, respiratory therapist, all of those people that don't technically have an MD or a doctor in front of their name. I don't know if that covers PhDs or if it's just the non-MD people. I don't know. These HCPCS Level 2s would be like injectable drugs, an ambulance service, prosthetic devices, or selected provider services. And these are all found on the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid website. And if I remember correctly, HCPCS Level 2s, I don't know if they're only for patients that have Medicare and Medicaid. Because I wrote under here, under the general HCPCS description, received by Medicare and Medicaid beneficiaries. I don't know. But anyway, the HCPCS level 2 codes would look like this. The first digit is whatever alphabetic letter, and then the next 4 are all numbers. So that's what HCPCS level 2 codes look like. And then I completely forgot about CPT modifiers. Those are found under CPT. They're just kind of hanging out over here. So I think all of the modifiers deal with whenever there's a procedure happening, any kind of procedure, which would be under the CPT codes or the HCPCS level 1 codes. So that's why the modifiers would only be applied to those codes and not these, I guess. I don't know. So this is what I have so far on HCPCS/CPT. It's confusing with all the different sections and categories. As far as the CPT book, I think you could look at each category as a different chapter, and then under category 1, each of these are each of these would be sections within the chapter, and then they each have their own subsections. I think that's how I'll look at it. I don't know. But at least I did pretty well. I guessed really good on these two, and I got it right. So I'm working on it. Hopefully this provides a little bit more insight for you coding students that don't get CPT just like me. Hopefully this makes a little bit more sense. So back to the books I go, and I will make more videos as I am working through the book and test my knowledge in front of the camera, and hopefully we'll all learn something. Bye!